Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Karen Smith Frazier podcast, the episode number 49, the almost final countdown to 2025. Greetings, and again, welcome to the Karen Smith Frazier podcast. Welcome to folks who are tuning in for the first time. I am Karen Smith Frazier, and I help middle-aged women and men learn how to befriend their fear as they decide to go after their own goals with, without feeling too guilty about it and without compromising their values. As a life coach, I get to walk alongside my clients as they decide on a life dream for themselves and not without feeling too guilty about themselves. Oftentimes, my clients are folks who spend much of their times, have spent much of their lives taking care of other people. As a former nurse, child of a teacher, sister of probation officers and other service providers, our lives of service can sometimes make us think that we don't deserve certain things or that we're not supposed to spend time on ourselves. And I'd like to break that myth. Sometimes our creativity is just knocked out of the way when we spend so much time taking care of other people and not taking care of ourselves. So, all right, enough of that. So, we're going to jump right into today's topic. As I know, it's a busy time of year. This time of year tends to pull people in so many directions. And if you're a parent with children in choir, band, orchestra, sports, theater, y'all are busy. These last few weeks often present those opportunities to showcase how far we've come over the year. So I want you to be able to do that too. Think about where you were in the beginning of 2025 and where you are now and where you want to be in 2026. Well, while remaining in this spirit of reflection, I want to share 6 tips on how you can still dedicate some energy, into closing out 2026 and with an intention of close out 2025 and ring in 2026 with a plan to keep the momentum going. Sound like a plan? Cool. All right, I'm just going to see if I can check my Facebook page to see if anybody's tuning in. All right. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so for transparency, I saw some of these tips on Hoda Kotb's Instagram page. She used to be the former host of the Today Show, and she always talks about joy. I get so many positive vibes from her. So when I saw this list, I thought, I think I'm going to share it with my people. So she suggests we sit and ponder a few questions during these last few weeks of the year. If you got your pencil and paper ready, that would be good. You can jot down the questions. Number 1, what's one thing you want to stop carrying in 2026? For example, what habits or way of carrying yourself, your being, in 2025 will not serve you in 2026? There may be more than one thing, maybe more than one issue or people, and you get to decide to put it down in 2026. You've got a few weeks to decide. So if you have more than one thing that you think you want to leave in 2025, then write it out and decide to do that. Commit to do that in 2026. 2, when was the last time you felt truly at peace? Can you picture where you were or who you were with, what you were thinking? This may give you a clue of what you could use more of in 2026. Number 3, who helps you feel like the most grounded version of yourself? Oftentimes, I remind you to be aware of the negative vibes around you, the negative folks around you, and to, make sure you find your people. But this time, I invite you to pay attention to the people you are around who make it easier to breathe. You laugh louder when you're with them, and you feel like you can be your authentic self when you're around them. These are the folks you may want to keep close to you in the new year. Number 4, how do you want to feel when you look back on this season of your life? Now, this season of life can present in many different ways. The seasons of employment, the seasons of relationships, the seasons of parenthood, the seasons of creativity. How do you want to feel when you look back on this season in 2025 and carry that positive feeling into 2026? Cool. Number 5, what does enough look like for you right now? What does enough look like you for now? Look like for you right now. Sometimes taking time to notice what you already have increases your attitude of gratitude. Sometimes the most joyful thing you can do is to stop chasing and start noticing. There is beauty in contentment. That's different from settling. Society is calling us to acquire more and more, especially around this season, but take a moment to imagine that peer pressure being absent. What would enough look like for you? And carry that answer into 2026. Number 6, what would change if you gave yourself the same compassion you give everyone else? So often we send out the love to other people and feed ourselves the leftovers. Needing help, assistance, or support is not a sign of weakness. It's healing. So, is there an area of your life where you can be a bit kinder to yourself in 2026? Jot that down. Cool. All right, I'm going to give you a bonus. I said 6, I'm going to give you a bonus. Number 7, what would your days look like if you moved from obligation to desire? For this question, I am inviting you to put aside your obligations, your circumstances, and to remind yourself of your heart's desire. What would your days look like if you chose the things that actually light you up? Even if it goes against the expected norm of someone like you or someone of your age, or whatever conditions others put on you to conform to the norm. What's normal anyway? So to review, the 7 questions to ponder as we close out 2026 are: 1, what's one thing you want to stop carrying into 2026? 2, when was the last time you felt truly at peace? 3, who helps you feel like the most grounded version of yourself? 4, how do you want to feel when you look back on this season of your life? 5, what does enough look like for you right now? 6, what would change if you gave yourself the same compassion you give everyone else? And 7, what would your days look like if you moved from obligation, living life based on circumstances, to living the type of life you truly desire? Now, if this podcast resonated for you, please let me know in the comments. And if you're feeling ready to make some changes for 2026 that align with your values or your gut, send me a DM or put gut in the chat, and I'll send you my calendar link so that we can chat a little bit more to see where you want to go in 2026. check my messages here. Oh, thanks, Tony, for joining from Washington, D.C. Yep, you can check the replay. This is a short one for today. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate you being here. And as always, if you're going to read in the replay, have your pencil and paper ready to just jot down some short answers to these questions. I think they'll be helpful in rounding out 2025 as we've been thriving in 2025 and to bring in 2026 with that momentum we need to keep moving forward. And as always, I encourage you to continue to unleash your brilliance, uncover your light. The world is waiting for you. Take care.